Classes are winding down at Wells College, which is marking its 10th year of coeducation.
My name's Nicole Pellegrino. I'm the Director of Academic Advising and Success at Wells. I advise students, and I graduated from Wells in 2005, and I was a psychology major and a women's studies minor. I was very opposed to the decision to go co-ed and the way in which the college made the decision to go co-ed, but I'm so thankful that we did, because I'm thankful that Wells is here and Wells is able to provide that same education that I got, whether it's to men or to women.
But the story for Sweetbriar College in Amherst, Virginia, will not have such a happy ending.
Hello, I'm Jimmy Jones, president of Sweetbriar College. I come to you today with a heavy heart and difficult news. There is no easy way to share this with you. At our regularly scheduled board meeting on February the 28th, board members unanimously voted to close Sweetbriar College as a result of the insurmountable financial challenges we face.
Sweetbriar leaders say even going co-ed could not save the school. Fortunately for Wells, its 2005 decision to admit men turned things around. But still, for alumni like Aurora Village historian Linda Schwab, it was a tough decision to take.
There we are. I was watching TV, and the 11 o'clock news came on.
Live in high definition.
Students at a local college.
This is Western New York's news.
Shocked by coeducation.
Now,
it was Wells.
At 11.
I saw it on the TV, less than a mile away. It was that sudden, that abrupt. It wasn't entirely unexpected, because this had been a conversation that kept coming around back to it every time the enrollment numbers weren't as good. What should we do? Is this the time to go co-ed? But the board went ahead with the then president and did it like a Saturday night massacre. And of course, the students were up in arms. Students camped out, literally in tents, on those front steps right behind you.
Today, Wells College has an enrollment of 550 students, 67% women and 33% men. But Schwab maintains eliminating single-sex education limits the opportunity for women to take on leadership roles during their college years.
One thing I thought in subsequent years is that not only when you go to a women's college as a woman, you have to take on all the jobs. You have to be a leader. In recent years, I've seen what seems to me like a great falling off in the confidence of young women. And I think it's because of having fewer of those zones where you not only get to do everything, but you have to do everything.
That was the case for Wells alum Pleasant Rowland, class of 1962, who founded the American Girl Company. In 1998, she sold the company to Mattel for $700 million. Rowland attributes her success to her education from an all-women's institution.
Even with all of the success stories that came out of all women's colleges, many in the last couple of decades have decided to go co-ed. They joined the ranks of several hundred other small liberal arts colleges. Then the issue becomes how to compete.
There are so many choices out there, whether it be state schools, community colleges, four-year private institutions, four-year publics. There are a lot of choices out there, and so all women colleges and smaller colleges are really having to step it up and really help people understand the value.
Arielle Adams, the next Wells student government president, says she sees value in the school size, which makes it easy for her to manage.
I love the fact that it's small because I do so much on this campus. Like, I literally have no time to sleep. But I do feel that I can be a part of different things. I can be a part of different clubs, sit on this committee, and then run and talk to my professor or advisor if I have a problem. It's really easy to get a hold of faculty and administration here, and they're here for you, which I really love.
Adams also says her male peers are no distraction in her quest for success.
I feel like if you know who you are as a young lady, a girl, a woman, that they're not a distraction. Like, I'm here to get an education, and I'm going to get my education. No young man in my class, no young man on campus walking around is going to distract me from getting an education.
While things change, there are still touches, pieces of history that keep the focus on women and fostering their development.
And we refer to it as sisterhood, which makes it still gendered, right? I mean, nobody has ever said, oh, I'm part of this brotherhood. But, you know, that's been one of the things I think I'm happiest about the transition, is that I was nervous. I think people were super nervous. Traditions are a huge part of Wells, and that we were going to lose that because people thought, you know, how could we possibly incorporate men into that? Or, you know, people gender stereotyped people, and they thought, you know, no man will ever want to do a sing-off. No man will ever want to, you know, do X, Y, and Z. And they do.
In recent years, Wells has allowed men to join their annual odd-even competition, one of the school's oldest traditions, dating back to 1898.
So this weekend is odd even. Well, I like to call it even odd because I am an even. And it's a huge competition between the school, and it's versus the even years and the odd years. The girls are in the fall, the guys are in the spring. The girls, they compete in a basketball game and a sing-off, and the guys compete in a dodgeball game and a dance-off. And it's just a huge friendly competition. Everybody in the school gets involved.
We gave the prize to
The even line beat out the odds this year. But Stephen Armstrong, a junior and soon-to-be Wells Student Government Vice President, says that attending Wells has been a win-win experience for him.
If it was an all-women's school still, I wouldn't have the opportunity to come here, so I'm glad that that decision was made, so I had the opportunity to come here. The history of Wells has brought it to this point. So with it being an all-women's school, that has definitely helped with the choices that they're making, and I agree with a lot of the choices. So I think the Wells experience is just playing a role in the future of Wells and in the community of Wells that we live in.
While preserving that community has meant significant change in the college makeup, there can be little doubt it saved Wells from the sad fate of Sweetbriar College.
The current semester will be our last, and the class of 2015 will be our final graduating class.
This situation cannot alter our history or the legacy we have created since our founding in 1901. Our relationships and traditions will endure in new and different ways, and now is the time for us to support one another.
For the Field Report, I'm Shamira Purifoy.